All right, everybody. So today I have a very special ration. This is a survival kit from the Vietnam War. This is an eBay purchase. This is purchased from a Vietnam vet, and it should be an interesting setup. So we're going to go ahead and first of all open it up. I don't know if this bag's original. It looks kind of like it is. It's like a canvasy type bag. It smells like it's original. It smells like that. So this kit was a 1974 kit. As you can see, as we get it opened up here, some of the things in it are labeled that. It's actually got a knife and all kinds of stuff. You can see on the side of the bag it's brown and it smells old, I'll be honest with you. Get that back out of the way. Over the crinkly plastic. So we have a few things here. We have a bandage. This is a dressing first aid field kit. This has a date of 3/1974. This is an individual troop camouflage, 4x7 inches, and made by Frass, Fraass Surgical Manufacturing Company, in Bronx, New York. And it says sterility is not guaranteed if inner wrapper is damaged. It still holds air, so it should be good. Next up, we have some old Band-Aids. This is a sports strip, Johnson & Johnson. I'm curious to see if there's a date on this, if anything this was added after the fact. But let's see here. And a lot of you guys, the experts, will know that this is period correct bandage. It looks pretty dang old. And we got a just 17258. Doesn't really tell us anything as far as that goes. You think there would be some kind of expiration date? This is a Coverlet adhesive dressing. Then we have alcohol-free prep wipes. So you can wipe your skin. We're just looking here closely. This looks like this could be added to from the 90s or something. We have another bandage here. We have neomycin sulfate, the ointment. There's 2 packs of that. Now this has a expiration or production of October 99, the expiration. So this little pack was added in the 90s, just as we kind of assumed from the get-go. So you kind of tell here what's what. And a lot of times, since this was not in a sealed bag, you could definitely have stuff that's added to it. So we have a can opener. This is a Handy brand. And Handy button. I think it says New York. NYC maybe. It's hard to read. Then we have a little knife. This is a Aceman knife. A little bit of tarnish on it. It says it's stainless, but that's a little bit debatable as rust on it. Interesting little knife here. Then we have this little guy. What is this? I don't know. Oh. Take your temperature. All right. Interesting. I've not seen one of these quite like this. I'm trying to remember as a kid if we had anything like this or not. It says something on there. Let's try to read it. Oh, made in Mexico. It's definitely an older piece, though. Very interesting. That's some old chickadee matches. Chickadee restaurant matches. Matches. I'm losing my mind. Just good food. Route 4 at the Auburn Turner line. Interesting. So pretty much what we have here is like a pack that's been added on through the years, like a personal pack out, as you would say. Now the pack kit here is going to be a little different story. So, that's stinky in there. Antibacterial cleansing. We have some Band-Aids. We have some gauze wrap in here. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
It's like almost like paper.
That's like a padding type deal. Adhesive bandages. I'm looking for, scanning for dates on any of these. First steps to first aid. We need to keep moving here though. I don't want this thing to drag on and on. Let's put these back here. First aid treatment swabs. More band-aids. Got some tape. And just pretty much a bunch of bandages. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I don't feel the need to. And here we have a sheet that might tell us some more about it. Alpine Adolph's First Aid Clinic. Interesting, huh? This tells you a little bit about blister treatment, all this other stuff. Interesting little pack. This looks like it's probably from the 70s, I would say. This could be period correct for this. It's really hard to tell. Like I said, once something's not in the original container that's unopened, it gets kind of to be a gray area. Can we get all this back in here? Maybe. Alpine Adolph's First Aid Kit. So this is one. This is a Snakebite Kit. This is definitely period correct for the Vietnam era. So we have, I'm going to be very careful with this. I think there's a razor in here, possibly. So we have a couple things in here. Let's dump this out. For external use only, crush, remove sleeve, apply locally. So this is like anti-venom type deal. And the snake bite almost has to be. Iodine tropical solution. No, so it's only an iodine basically. Made for Cutter Laboratories, Berkeley, California. Keep out of reach of each other. No date or nothing anywhere on it. And here we have the little razor. So I guess you can lance your bite. And then a little bit of thread. I guess probably a tourniquet. You tie around your arm so your arm don't fall off wherever you got bit. I'm guessing. I don't think it's any kind of suture deal. I mean, I guess it could be. But what are you going to sew it up with? That? No thanks on that one, huh? No thanks. So for sure, a little Snakebite Kit. Let's open this up real quick, and we're going to move on. $1973. So it's definitely period correct as far as that goes. Interesting. You see these a lot on eBay. Not a lot. You see them on eBay for sale, but they never really put a date or anything on them. And by looking at this, if a lot of the guys would just open these up, they'd be able to correctly date it. So let's see if we get this back in here without much hassle, because it was a pretty dang tight fit. So definitely, especially in the tropics, something nice and small to take with you, no doubt. We have a Taylor divided compass. This definitely looks old. And let's see here if it shows any kind of... Somebody's bought it for $11.15. And it's made in Japan, so you know it's old. Otherwise, it's made in China. Let's dump her out here, take a little look-see. So here it is. Got a little deal you can put around your neck. It's interesting. I guess you could put that on a map as a little measuring deal on one side of it. So is this the map or is this only instructions? Let's see. I don't know what it would be map of, because obviously it's not going to So yeah, so you can measure out mileage or distance on it, all this other stuff. A very interesting little piece. It does look fairly old. Is it late 70s or not? I don't know. There's no date on it. I mean, it very well could be. It is a little bit odd. There's no date in this box anywhere, but you know, there is not. Interesting old piece for sure. Now, in a survival situation, you'd want everything you have so far you want. The only thing we're missing is food, but this kit wasn't really a food kit. So there is that. Let's put this over here. I want to get into this pack kit. Let's see what this is. Probably matches. It says matches. Look at those. That should be our striker. Interesting striker. It's a ripped off part of a match kit. D.O. and Sons Company. Jaffrey, New Hampshire. So it's like a more of a personal medical kit, first aid kit, survival kit, I would say. Could this be military issued? Obviously these bandage packages aren't, but in the Vietnam War. I did see on the bottom here has a striker. Is that for this? I think it's like a ferro rod though. I don't think it'll strike off of that. So interesting, right? There's another part to this, or what exactly the deal with that is. I was going to strike it off there, but apparently that's not going to happen. So we're going to stick this back in here. I'm not really sure. Maybe a piece of flint, something stuck in the bottom of there. Anyhow, the pack kit. So we have the contents list. We'll wait and open it up. This is from the Alpine Map Company, Boulder, Colorado. This baby looks pretty, she looks pretty old, I'd say. Have any kind of date on it? P2750. Definitely 1970s, though. You can tell by the print on top of it. Here's an interesting setup. We have another. Man, I do wonder if we're going to be able to get this back in here. Let's take it out. Here's another Snakebite kit. Let's make sure it's complete. She's a little stuck, boys. She's a little stuck. Okay. A little bit different setup, but the same ingredients. Same deal. Put that up there. And this other one came apart differently. I don't know. So here's this. This actually has some. What is that? That's a fire starter? Or what is that? I feel like that's the last time this is ever going to go in here. What do you think, Philip?
I agree. I think there's no way. I'm going to get all back in there.
This is actually a pretty good survival kit, to be honest, and not a very big package. I mean, it's a fairly big package. We have some plastic here. You can make you a little shelter, whatever have you. That's some old ass rubber bands. Fire starter. It's not beef jerky, I can promise you that.
I was going to ask about that.
I would say definitely fire starter. Oh! Hershey's Tropical Chocolate Bar. We'll come back to that here in 1 second. So we got a little bit of food in here. This is like a, we'll call this a one-dayer, right? You live with this for 1 day. A few things here. We have 2 packs of salt. We have tea, which can actually stop bleeding also. Little tea bags. Well, that thing smells pretty old. Take a whiff of that. Little library books going on.
No way. That's nasty.
And we got 3 of those. Then we got 3 bouillon cubes. Chicken Maggie. That doesn't smell like anything. Library books.
Yep.
Smells old as hell. I feel like we have to be a little careful with this because they're packed in the same container with the fire starters, and it all smells like fire starter. So I might be a little leery of eating too much of this, or any of it. So here's that. I'll put this back in here like so. We have a candle. All right. Here's some paperwork. Let's see if we get a date off of this anywhere. Pack kit instructions. It tells you how to use every single thing. That's a tube tent. Okay. Instead of plastic. This guy here. Then here's all the ingredients of the pack kit. Cylinder container, so you could actually carry, compact easily carried. The pack kit watertight. Well, that's debatable. Watertight? I'm gonna say no on that one. But they want you to carry water in the tube. So there is that. Gets a lot to read if you ever get stranded in the middle of nowhere. But I don't see any dates at all in there. Move it right here, so it's not only one, but there's two tropical bars. And look at the state of that. It smells like lighter fluid and death. I would say those are definitely compromised from these starter blocks. We'll put that up here. Got a razor blade. We have a safety pin. And we have some little cord. I guess you could tie this up for shelter, whatever you want to do. Little cord comes in handy on almost anything. Ooh, this tape's all sticky. Here we have another package of matches. This is Golhans. I think that's how you say it. Waterproof, windproof. The same type of matches that were in here, but not in the same box. Then it has a striker on the side. Let's see if this one will strike. Go over here and shoot a spark on those in the night, the whole works, huh? Damn. Pretty nice. One strike. Good to go. And then here we have, what is this, a whistle? Let's look through our parts list here and see what else we got. Band-aids, butterfly adhesive, gauze pads, aspirin, razor blade, safety pin, galvanized wire, duct tape, nylon cord, flare sticks. Flare stick?
Is that a flare?
Candle, signal mirror. Hey. High-pitched whistle. Gotta wipe the cooties off of this one first. Ooh. Hurt my little ears. Tube tent, food bars. Food bars, that's a loose term for chocolate. And so on. Dextrose Cubes, which is going to be right here, I guess. These are German manufactured. Hans, Cowley, Germany. These look old as dirt. So essentially they're sugar cubes. Imported by Richard Brothers Incorporated, Carlsbad, New Jersey. It really is odd though, the lack of, ew. That's some nasty looking sugar cubes. See that? Do we dare cut those open? I feel like we need to cut something open on this. Alright. You want to try one of these?
No. Not really.
You always said you liked black mold, huh?
Yeah.
Look at that.
My favorite.
Let's think of the flavor on that.
Wow.
What flavor is that? Death. That's what flavor it is. Have a little bit of duct tape here. We have another little bandage packet. This has some buffering in it. Some little band-aids and stuff like that. It's like possibly water purification tabs. This is definitely a very smelly ration. Okay, little suture things. So with some buffering. And then three shear strip bandages, and a sterile pad gauze. Interesting. You think the buffer would have expiration date on it, but my friends, it does not have anything at all on it. And here's your tin foil, little reflector or whatever it is. I do not know. Whatever you want to use it for. And I think, my friends, that's it. Really a pretty detailed, in-depth survival kit. It's just way too old. If you have one of these and make one of these, you definitely want to change out any food-related items frequently. Preferably not keep them in with your flare sticks, because that did properly season the whole works for sure. But interesting little Vietnam survival kit. Yeah. If you guys want one of these, I don't know what to tell you. They probably don't exist anymore. But we'll be back Friday with another review. That's going to be it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you all later. Flare stick? No. Fire starter? Yes.